Hi everyone, it's Aras here today with you. So very excited for this again. Well, it's actually the third or even the fourth stream that I'm doing, but it's the second schedule stream. I'll jump right in the arena queue because we don't know how long it will be. So of course, if any of you want to join me for a game in arena, you're welcome. Game is starting finally. So we're picking in third, interesting track here. Straight away you can see there's kind of a natural order in which you can build things, and you will often do like either dwelling, trading post, temple. I mean that's kind of a natural order, but the opposite order is natural too. So trading temple, trading post, and dwelling, as we have here, is kind of a really good order because you can temple up. If you compare to Fire X game, that's what I was saying. Like the problem here, the trading posts are before Sanctuary and Temple event, so you cannot like use this event to get the favor to build trading post. While here you can use the temple event in order to get water one. Sorry, I think I said fire one, but to get water one and do the most out of these trading posts. And once you have a bunch of trading posts, you have a lot of space to build buildings. So that appears, that sequence here, tell me that's a really good scoring track. So I'm picking in third, meaning that we have some time here before it starts. I was wondering if chat has any suggestion or any faction that they would like to see in the game. If you have any suggestion, then you can just put it in the chat. Alchemist here. Alchemist, we can put them in, but there's some factor that will make them difficult to play here. The thing is, Alchemist, you want to build your dwelling early. Usually don't build many dwellings late. Also, Alchemist, you really want point favor. And the only point favor you'll be able to exploit here is the dwelling one. While the TP, since you want as many dwelling as you can on the board, you want to have you won't use much the dwelling bonus. And yeah, as Pygmalion said, you really miss the stronghold bonus and you really miss the pass shipping bonus here. That's main reason why alchemists might be difficult. But on the other hand, it will certainly be a change from Darklings. I think if you put Alchemist here, I think they will go for kind of low on the bidding, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, high. People won't bet, another word, people won't bet much on them. So let's try an Alchemist and see how people react to that. It might be an interesting opportunity to try to play Alchemist a bit different. So if we try to think, do you use Stronghold first here with Alchemist? Maybe? Alright, Chaos Magician. That's good because it will kind of at least limit a little Engi. Alright, let's speed up things. I think that I would hope not to play Nomad because I've played already twice Nomad on this channel. It's a lot of Nomad. Alchemists are not bad color-wise speaking. If you can kind of go beyond the fact that bonus are not optimal and the track is not optimal, might be something to do with them. It might be like an occasion to play them differently. That's what I will look forward to do. CCS should be bidding on Nomad. The only reason I'm not I will now. The only reason I was not bidding on Nomad. Could I go Alchemist here? Because the only reason I'm not bidding on Nomad here is because I've played them twice in the channel already, and therefore want to avoid them. Can we go Alchemist? I'm kind of tempted to try Alchemist. Probably leave. Kind of let Nomad go cheap. So is 21 point difference enough to go Alchemist here? I'll give another tick to Engi, see what CCS does. If he goes back to Engi, I'm going Alchemist here. And we'll try, if that's what happens, we'll try Stronghold Alchemist, I think. I hope he does come back to Engi. I think it will be a lot more fun to play Alchemist than to play Engi. So yeah, Alchemists usually, the way I play them is that I will sacrifice a lot of points. Oh, he went Alchemist. Alright, maybe I should have gone for them. I kind of regret. Alright. So Engi here are kind of easy to play. It will depend a bit where Chaos Magician starts. I was probably, usually, yeah, I'm surprised he went there. Surprised and not surprised, because if Chaos Magician starts here, then it's good for him, it's a good leech. But if he starts here, say, then connection is much easier by starting here, because you can connect both south and north, while here you just have north, and you can be very vulnerable to Nomad, say. So do we want to play this? I really wonder what Chaos Magician will pick as bonus tile here. Might go with Priest. So in this setup, it's better for Engi to face Alchemist than to face Darklings, especially with Alchemist starting here, because there's good chances that we can get this hex, and if we can get this hex even with Chaos Magician starting here, she'll not have a problem to do our first to do a town here. So that will be the plan. This hex will really be key for both Nomads and Alchemists. You can expect that they will fight for it. Yeah, I was saying earlier that I don't like Engi anymore because they usually are so strong on the network. It makes kind of it really hard to compete against them if you don't have favor 11, because like the dwelling favor Earth 1, because one of the things you want to go for if you go for economy is to win network. At Engi are really hard to beat on network. I think too hard. I think their economy is just a bit overpowered, and that's a bit of a flaw of the game, how it is. And unfortunately, landscape is not going to help that. I would have liked the Engi landscape to be very hard requirement to put down, but they can put it anytime they want, really, and it's kind of good, so it's kind of helping them. Yeah, I would not have bid so much for on Engi 2 neither, actually, FireX. What was happening here was that I didn't want to bid on Nomad because I didn't want to play them again on the channel. So I was waiting for CS to go bid on Nomad, but he never did. On CCS to build on Nomad, but he never did. I think though the track is really good, and Engi the color not so much. We went for the worker, which is kind of the bonus I was hoping to get. I suppose Alchemist will go spade. Oh no, he went for... which lets us the spade, interesting. So yeah, definitely go for that. Actually, yeah, it's too late now, but would have been interesting to go for the shipping bonus. Maybe do a kind of dwelling rush. So I wonder if Alchemist went for the priest with the idea of expanding his dwelling fast, of going for the priest action and expanding his dwelling fast, or if you will rather send it to the priest to distract here and get worker out of it. So I've said I will play this game without the dwelling favor, and I'll try to do that. We'll try something here. Let's try to get some leech and hope we can get the double spade. That will be the plan. Alright. You see that Chaos Magician here, they really want to build a stronghold. We went for the worker action, and that's the only reason why I can see it. I can explain, you will do that. Nomad probably will want this single spade in order to dig here. Oh, he went stronghold, wow. So that's interesting. Probably means that if we don't do anything, we will lose this hex to Nomad. Might not be the end of the world. So I'm tempted to upgrade here, because Chaos Magician will build a sanctuary here, and that's a lot of leech. So I think that's not a bad start. It may lead Alchemist to use the double spade, but yeah, can live with that. So Alchemist went Stronghold 2, interesting. Right, so just as predicted. And Nomad just uses Colbum, which looks to me like a really good occasion to use the double spade. So Alchemist won with the priest, so he's going for the shipping plan, pretty sure. It should be alright. I know I have not many VP, but I believe that I will be okay. What we've done in the end is kind of a dwelling rush. So the plan here, we may have the opportunity to do some funky stuff. I don't know. I will be kind of tempted to pass for the TP bonus and build a bunch of TPs next year. So maybe delay the temple even until round 4. So yeah, if you're at 0, you can leech, but only 1. So you're top at 1 when you leech. If you have a bigger leech, you just leech 1. Alright. We'll have an interesting white recon tree. So I'm having crazy ideas here. what what I think will be an interesting play here. We'll see what Nomad pass for. But if it's available, I will be very tempted to pass for the trading post bonus. Build 3 trading posts, 1 bridge and 1 dwelling next round, and town up straight up there. And see what it does. See if that's a plan. So Alchemist decided not to advance his shipping. It's interesting. I thought he would go for the shipping plan, but then he changed his mind and went for Fire Cult. Or I say he's changed his mind. He didn't do what I was expecting. Chaos Magician went with Fire 2. It's usually not very recommended to go with this early because it will be long before you get to town anyway. It's usually better to go for some kind of economic boost. Oh, he went for the tree. Oh, that's heartbreaker. We had the opportunity to do something unique here. It won't happen now. Alright. Let's try something. Can pass. And what do we go for? Shipping bonus is tempting, that's what I was thinking. The idea will be to grab the Red X before Chaos Magician. But I'll give him a chance. I'll try to go with some different plan. That will pretty much kill this game. So, can we still consider the TP plan here? I think the right move is to do a temple and 2 trading posts here. Get Airspade, interesting. Without priest it will be hard, but maybe if somehow we could go for the priest action. Thing is, I really want to keep power to dig this blue hex. It won't be there forever. There's good possibility that Alchemist dig. He has a spade here, and he has the opportunity to take the double spade, so it might not even be there. But if it's there, we'll have to take it. What I'm hoping here is that Nomad will take this. He should, I think. He'll just give me the leash that I need to go there. Yeah, he did. It's not ideal, but I think we really have to use the double spade here. Otherwise we really risk not being able to build a town. Yeah, I think Pygmalion, you've seen the same things in me. It was time to secure this hex. Digging upgrade? Maybe, yeah. One thing with landscape also we could have put is landscape in order to do a digging without a priest, so that was probably an interesting option too. I mean, put down the landscape, advance digging one, go for the worker action, then you advance digging one once again. I think you could have tried that, yeah. I suppose Nomad want to build another TP here. Probably is his plan. How do we want to approach this? I mean, I see two possibilities. Either I temple up and then build a TP. Either I build two TPs. I think the right idea is to build a TP. Yeah. To build a temple, I mean. One of the reasons I'm reluctant here, building two trading posts will mean not having like the best option for our workers. We will get like the empty dwelling that you don't really want to get with Engi. So I think we go trading post. We go temple, but since I said I will play without Earth 1 and since at this point we have a bunch of I could go either water one, that's kind of interesting idea, or I could go just with the usual two, the usual Earth 2. I think Earth 2 is okay. Would have gone with water 1 if it wasn't that there's a temple event on round 4. So the idea would be that I should be able to get water 1 in round 4, I think. So I'm down to 0 points here. It's time to start to score. Another temple for another trading post for Bebek. And as you see, I cannot leech as much as I would like to because I'm at 0 point. We'll gain some point from that at least. So Alchemist chose to send his second priest in air. I wonder what he has in mind. Because it doesn't seem like he will hit the cult income here. It seems, maybe that's the idea. It will go to air now. Yeah, I thought about that too. The water call bonus was interesting to try to grab here. We'll see. I think there's a fair chance that I get it. So water one was an interesting option, but here because I have this cold bump, and because Nomad doesn't have a priest, and because Alchemist has definitely at least one move to play, and so at least one move for Chaos Magician, I think that I still get it. So Halig is probably listening to the stream. The bids were 30, 30, 38. 30 points for every faction other than Engi, and Engi were at 8. I actually didn't want Engi, but I didn't want to play Nomad either. Ended up trying to push CCS to bid on Nomad, which he never did. He went for Alchemist straight up. So, alright, let's pass here. Go for the priest. Alchemist went 3. Well, yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it will give him a priest in reward, it will give him 2 coins, it will give him a spade. But I was prepared. I passed for the priest, so I can hit the water income anyway. Alchemist is playing an interesting game. I really wonder how it will turn out. A lot of priests on the track, not much shipping, not much dwelling, so it's really not your typical Alchemist game, which was like the interest really of putting Alchemist in this setup here. But we'll have to see what it gives to him, how we can exploit that. So we'll probably don't do much next turn. I expect maybe just 1 dwelling, maybe 2. The idea is really that our game will start in the 3 last round. I think I'm not too worried. You might be seeing like how far we are behind in point. Maybe we can come back from this. Maybe we won't. But in itself, being that behind on round 2 is not so bad. I think that we have an interesting way to score in these rounds. As I said, I really like these scores. I really like this round for scoring, and I'm confident that we can score a lot of points then. Will it be enough? We'll see. So interestingly and surprisingly, Chaos Magician didn't take this hex. The shipping bonus usually will be used to take this hex, or could have taken this hex and then this hex, but he preferred to dig here and do a trading post. Might leaves us some opportunity to steal these hexes, because the shipping bonus was temporary, meaning that now he doesn't have it anymore. So I will expect it will leave him in a difficult position. So Alchemist decided to temple up here. He decided not to use the stronghold to advance digging. I mean, he decided to not use his landscape to advance digging. The Alchemist landscape, it lets you advance digging and shipping without having to be a priest. But he decided not to use this ability and rather to build a temple here, which I find really surprising. If I was him, I think I would have just let the trading post on and not worry too much about getting Earth 1. You can have it. You can take it next turn or the turn after. But now we'll see him. I suppose he's now ready to ship. That's probably his ID. So what I think is happening here, Gartix might leech 3 and he's wondering if it's worth it, because he's doing 5 power already. So, and he's doing 3 power here, so there's nothing to gain from leeching here. He should just decline. Wonder what Nomad has in mind here. Took the past dwelling, which I kind of wanted, but he can certainly do a dwelling through his Nomad ability. He can do a dwelling probably through a spade, but he will have a hard time to advance shipping, so I doubt he can do more than 2. So it will be interesting to see what Alchemists do this round. Maybe the temple had the advantage of giving a priest, and that's what he wanted. He has a free spade on the cult, which I suppose will be used here. So it might be a way for him to get workers. He has 1 ship plus the shipping bonus, so if it advances ship, he'll go to 3. giving him some interesting options. Nomad took the spade. Not super surprising. So how long can we stay below 5 points before it's starting to matter? As I said, I'm not worried, but maybe I shall be. Yeah, you can laugh. People can laugh. We'll see what who will have the last laugh in the end. Hopefully it will be me. Let's make sure we hit the cult income. So I suppose Nomad will pass. No, doesn't have much to do apart from that. And then there will be the question of what we do. Do we want to pass to? I mean, that will be a nice bonus for us. We'll probably build 2 temples next turn. If Earth 1 is there, I'm taking it. If it's still there. We'll see what Nomads want to do. Maybe he doesn't want Earth 1 at this point. Yeah, don't underestimate Engis. I mean, yeah, it's possible we don't come back. I'm not saying that I'm confident we will win, but it certainly is not the end of the world right now. Yeah. Yeah, passing is probably the right move. Alright, so we have 4 points here. But next turn is when it starts. Next turn, hopefully you can do two temples, 1 TP, 4 points. And 4 points from passing the EP. That's, I think, possible. So that will be 8, 3, 11, about 15 points. Will get us a little bit back in the game. This will be where we'll be doing our points, round 5. And then I think we will be set for a good round 6 too. We have 2, maybe 3 cities coming. Well, 3rd city is a bit abstract. Probably 2 cities. So what I hope here is to send another priest in the track. So to have 6 coins revenue from the track with this event next turn. To advance shipping, build a dwelling, 2 dwelling. temple up, build another trading post. I don't know, maybe here, and then temple, turn it into a temple too. I'm confident that we will score more than anyone else in the last 3 rounds. Now, will that be enough? I don't know. If it works, it will be a good model of trying to build an economy in the first 3 rounds and then score in the last 3 rounds. But it will be a much better model if I was confident it will work. So there's one thing we got definitely going for us. Chaos Magician has no neighbor. Nomad has no neighbor but us. And Alchemist has no neighbor but us. And even us is not such a great neighbor for him. In the sense that he cannot use us much to build trading posts. So at least on that regard, it seems that we are very well positioned on the map. And that's one of the things that makes me kind of thinking that we have something here. Nomad went for Fire one. Let's make sure we get Water one, because without Water one it won't go well. Then the plan will be to use the double spade, build 2 dwellings, and build another temple. Send probably 2 priests now on the track, get some kind of position on the cults. We'll see with the temple if we go air 1. Maybe we want to go water 2. Since that's the way to score, to use the priest track. What was my best score playing Engi? I did once, I think 181. You had that. You have that on Stallman. It was with the expansion scoring though, so it was the cluster scoring. It was one game where I've put everything on the board with Engi. That's one of the 2 times I did it. I did actually here on BGA once. I don't remember the score I had, but I remember I had all Engi's dwelling on and the 3 bridges and 3 ships. So so that was pretty good. Right, time for the double spade. Usually I find with Engi it's a really good strategy to delay shipping as much as you can. Dig everything that you can first and only then start to worry about advancing shipping. The reason for that is that Engi get more out of their resources than any other faction in the game. So what you really want with them is to kind of optimize the shipping costs. You will end up big shipper, but ideally light shipper. I don't know what Babak has in mind here. There is something to be said to pass early now, because then we maximize our points, we get good income, good worker income, and we can pass for the trading post bonus, which will be really good for us. So maybe we delay the second temple. It's really a shame to not be able to send the priest to the track in order to get points from them. But maybe this 8 points are so valuable for us now that we perhaps are better to do it. Just making a move on the call track, that's pretty much all he has. That's surprising. Unfortunately though, we left the Water Wand the Alchemist. Right. I think that where we stand right now, this bonus is just too valuable not to take it. So, 15 points. That's something. But next round is our round. We've planned for this round the whole game. Will it be enough? I don't know, but we'll have a big round, big round, and we have kind of interesting income. With these 6 workers that we have, and the 5 that we already have, 11 workers for Engi is incredible, and we get 4 points, 4 coins out of these 2 priests. We get 6 power, so depending on what we get, we'll town up very soon. We probably... I don't think that 5 trading posts are out of the question for this round. So we're at 15. How much will we have? Let's hope and bet. How much will we have at the end of this round? As I said, we've planned for this round, the whole game. How much can we get? Yeah, 5 TPs for 42 points. So each TP worth 6. 5 TPs is 30. But you have to factor in the 8 points from the passing bonus, so that's 38. Then Air 1 gets you to 42, as you've pointed out, so that's a good start, but that's not all. We'll have towns somewhere in that. So town, pretty good way to score too. So if you add in town, you start to get close to something that makes sense in terms of scoring, right? Then we'll have at least, we might be able to advance shipping, so that's points 2. We'll have at least 1 dig, be able to do a lot of dwellings in the last round. Hopefully we can win that work. Do something on the cult. 79, I think it's a good guess. It could be around that, yeah. Maybe it's a bit optimistic, but maybe it will be close to this kind of score. We'll be over 60, I have no doubt. All right. Now, I think that's a simple enough decision. So, 21, that's over 20. First time we go over 20 in this game. 29. I was secretly hoping I would get these coins, but yeah, not much chance that it happened. 35. Yeah, so trading post, as I said, I mean, I knew the whole game it wasn't looking as bad as it wasn't as bad as it was looking. I wasn't sure if it will be enough. I'm still not sure if it will be enough. But the reason why it wasn't that bad is trading posts are your best scoring tool. If you study a little bit, kind of, if you try to, I've even have articles on this on Board Game Geek, and if you try to kind of compare the economic reward and the scoring reward of each building, trading posts are very interesting because they are they are the building that are the less efficient economically for most faction. For Engi it's different, but for most factions it's the less efficient economic building, but it's the most efficient scoring building. So if you can somehow find a source of coins outside of trading posts and wait for trading posts, a late trading post round to build them all, you can do a lot of points. Yeah, and as FireX is pointing out, building trading posts is especially good for Engi because it's really cheap for them. So they can really make the most of this event. Not many factions can build 5 trading posts in one round, as we are just about to do. So I'll take the other cult town here. So I can hit the cult income. And just like that we are 49. All of a sudden the gap, you see, looks smaller and smaller. Babak still have a lot of trading posts to build. Probably not a bad time to send priests to Earth. So am I back in? So we definitely still have one trading post to build. I think that's not a bad idea. Here. Yeah, 50p for a 4th coin probably. Other option will be to advance shipping and build it for 2 coins, but I don't think we need to do that. 4 coins is not that expensive for Engi, especially at this point. Well, maybe. I'll see. Maybe. Because we'll need to advance shipping at some point anyway. So. And 55, closing in on Chaos Magician already. Okay, that's a little annoying. Carry on with the plan. So now what I'm thinking I'll do, I think I will take advanced shipping because we'll need shipping in one way or another. And we have enough to advance shipping here. We will really like this bonus, but I don't think we will get. I think that the last trading post is just too valuable to us. So you'll see, we'll still have a trading post to build. We'll have a 3 worker income, but we'll have 5 workers. So we'll have 3 workers income, but we'll have 5 workers left, so 8 workers, pretty good. And we'll have a ton of dwelling to build with advancing shipping, hopefully. If Chaos Magician doesn't steal them all from us. Which he might. So Babok is wondering here if he should pass. Probably should, honestly. It will be a 2-town nomad game, pretty sure. Yeah, he did pass. Right. So I'm kind of hoping I can pass before Chaos Magician. I think it's unlikely that I will. But we'll solve a lot of problems for how I will use my digs. And now I can hope to connect. Because we're not out of the wood here, especially with Chaos deciding to go here. It's kind of hard to both connect and hit the gray hex that we want. So that might be a challenge. But we still have... I suppose Chaos Magician will pass before us, because I really don't see what he can do. Yeah, he passed. Alright, different challenges that are waiting for us. So definitely do this. And I'm very tempted to pass for the shipping bonus here. Usually you'd never pass for the shipping bonus in last round, but it might gives us just the spring we need here. Yeah, let's follow instinct. Yeah, big round, absolutely. Start at 15, And look at us now. So here the problem is that Chaos is playing before us. And we don't want to dig something that he will dig. So I suppose I go with this one and this one. One interesting thing here is that Alchemist has advanced digging, and both other players are below 6 power, so we won't be challenged at all for the double spade in this game. We can take our sweet time to take it. So, if I can build 4 dwellings here, it will be pretty good. I have already 1 here. Could just build 1 here to connect and 2 there. Seems like viable. The advantage is that we connect with 2 ships. We don't have that many coin. If Nomad uses his terraforming ability, then maybe we can take this hex. But since he hasn't, I'm a bit reluctant to. Not far back, yeah, but I don't think it will be enough in this game. I mean, Nomad has a lot of points. Also, Alchemist, they are planning another city. I'm afraid, and we didn't do enough in the cults in the end, so I don't think it will be enough. Right, let's connect. So we should be able to do at least 3 dwelling, advanced shipping, then put the landscape somewhere. So that should be enough to win that work at least. It's pretty much not much to say at this point. I think probably Alchemist is winning. I mean, I think he played very well. He's got the cult presence. He'll be strong on network. Probably might even win network actually. Even if I put the landscape down. Oh yeah, very strong game. I think maybe he was a bit lucky to get water one. I think Chaos Magician probably should have gone for this. But overall, I think it's a very, very strong game from CCS. And then will we have enough to finish second? It will be a strat. I think Babak has 2 ships. He's having passing. Oh, that's probably enough, yeah. So we'll have this question whether CCS go for 2 other dwellings, if you can do it. Chaos Portal. I don't know, for those of you who aren't familiar with landscape, Chaos Portal is terrible. It will be good if you could put it early in the game, but you don't ever build a stronghold early in the game. Here, so what it allows you, you can put it on an empty red X basically, and you can start building from there after that. So, but as you see, like here, what good will it do to him? Yeah, you put it there, it's not connected. It's not very useful. Right, let's advance shipping before I forget. So Babak could pass for 8, he'll be at 120 about. Might still advance his shipping for 4 points, so maybe a bit more. I do believe that Alchemist is thinking about another dwelling, meaning that maybe I don't put the landscape down and use the resources for something else. So what he did was the advanced shipping, yeah. So here's my option. I advance shipping for 4 points. Can do that too. I can build the landscape to try to beat CCS on network, or at least to tie him. But he still has enough resources to build his trading post and other dwellings, so I probably don't. That will require 3 workers, so very expensive. So I don't think that I'll do that. I could send a priest to fire in order to beat Babak on fire. I could build a sanctuary. No, I don't have enough. So sending priest to fire is 4 points against Babak, because he loses 2, I win 4. I win 2. But it's just advancing shipping will be gaining points against everyone, 4 points against everyone. So. But at the same time, if I send a priest to fire, Babak is really the player that I'm trying to beat here. I'm not sure if I can, because he has 123 points. But I'll do what? 12 points more than him on network. And then what? Let's see. Maybe 12 points more, so that's 26 on cult, 26 total with cult. I'll probably be still a bit short, I think. Yeah, it's not a bad point, Babak. I didn't see your comment, but his ability to connect late, it was kind of lucky. Usually Nomad will have 2 ships taking this hex, but here probably could have connected through this red hex anyway. It seems that Chaos is trying to do a town here. Interesting. Ones with... I hate that when people put their town under their stronghold and you cannot see it. I always try to put it on the dwelling so everyone knows. Yeah, I don't know what you think. So as I said, I think that I'm beating Babot on network, and that's the only thing that matters on network right now. So yeah. Hi CS. Good to see that you're there. I suppose it's better to do this than to take 4 points. So again, this way I gain 4 points against Babak, and I also save the resources from advancing shipping, so a bit more, and still have the option to put the landscape down. If CCS decide not to build it, like, yeah, so he's going for it. So that's a bit unfortunate. We'll end up with a bunch of resources we won't be able to use. Yeah, I'm just doing 6 points on network over Babak, so I think it's pretty much set. I probably should have advanced shipping. I think I'll be third one way or another. Right. So there's nothing really I can do now. Just pass. Well, we tried. Didn't enough being enough. It was an interesting game. So what was really interesting in this game was this, I think it was Arctic who was suggested putting Alchemist in. It was kind of interesting to see how they will do with the setup that is not so favorable for them, and they ended up doing very well. I think a lot of credits for that comes back to CCS, who's played them in an interesting way. Oh, because yeah, if exactly, alchemists will build just less dwelling, and even with the landscape I'm not making any progress, so it was better to keep the tree worker for 1 point. Not that it won't make a big score difference. Hi Gino, by the way. So that will be how this attempt to play Engi without Fav Earth 1 will end up. In the end it won't have worked, but I think probably I bid too much for them, obviously. I had a good feeling about the late track giving a lot of scoring opportunity, but it just wasn't enough in the end. But there's definitely a way to still score a lot with Engi without Earth 1. The problem is that in the case of Engi, it's true that it's a lot easier often to score with Earth 1 because they just build so many dwellings. But I hope this experiment won't discourage you from trying to play them a bit differently, because they can definitely be. Here, I mean, we were also we're almost able to do an even more interesting strategy. Nomad pass for the trading post bonus in round 2. If you didn't, we were going to build 4 trading posts at the beginning. I would have been curious to see, maybe it would not have worked either, but I would have been curious to see how that would have turned out. Yeah, how that would end up. So yeah, thank you, Gino. I'm actually just starting to stream. It's the 4th stream that I'm doing. I think it has been a lot of fun. I'm very surprised by very happily surprised by the response of the community. It's really a lot of fun. So yeah, I think here we have to acknowledge that both CCS and Babbock played really strong game. I think they fully deserve their position in there. I'm always analyzing and trying to find ways I could have improved and do things differently, but by that I certainly don't mean that I could have done better than them, or that they're lucky with their score or anything like that. I think CCS especially played a really magistral Alchemist game in this game, and he deserves all the credits. Even Chaos was very close to us in the end. I was surprised. Alright, we lose. We're back at 0 in the Gold League. It's okay, it's a young tournament. We'll have all kind of way to improve. So I like to go at the end, just have a little look at how the scoring go and how people did score. You see, that's how I'll conclude this video. If you look like scoring tile, so how people play the track, you see it's kind of similar for the 3 first people at least. Babbock was the one who played it best here. But what really made the difference clearly here, you see victory point with the favored tiles. I mean, that's one of the problem of not taking Earth 1 is if other people delay too and they end up taking it, they get a very big advantage. And here CS was able to build his strongholds first and then get Earth 1, which gave him a lot of edge, I think, in this game. And then he got also Water 1, so that's probably a lot of my responsibility in case of Earth 1. Deciding not to go for it was giving the Alchemist to a big opportunity to get it later after his stronghold, which I think helped them a lot. But then he also got Water 1, so I think he's Babbock also got Earth 1 and Water 1, but he got them later and was less able to exploit them. You see that even without Earth 1, we've scored just as much favor points as Nomad and Chaos Magicians. The town, so Alchemist did 3 towns. Again, it's interesting. I mean, that's 6 points more than both of us. He won the area, which was very big for him. Probably Alchemist is one of these factions that will go for network and are really hard to stop. In some circumstance, I think we could have tied him, but this game it was just not there for us. Cults. So that's one of also the way I think he played very well. He was able to go up in cults very early. It was usually that's the big weakness of the Alchemist, and you really compensate for that. Chaos Magician played his game on cult. He probably didn't have, starting where he did, probably didn't have much other choices, and almost ended up enough not to finish third, enough to finish third. And that's it. Of course, Alchemist gets his 12 points for advancing on the track, and that's how he got to this big score in the end. As you see, we've done not bad, but we started so low. It was hard to come back from that. So definitely I did a bit too much on Engi in this game. Well, so I hope you had fun in the stream. I hope it was an interesting game for you too, watching how it was played and seeing from it from my perspective. I hope I invite you to be there again next Tuesday. I'll continue streaming on Tuesday morning, at least during all confinement. That's the plan here. We'll see after that. When I go back to the office, I may need to change a bit the stream period. Maybe it will be in the weekend, but until during confinement I'll continue on Monday morning. Really glad that I see that some people found it entertaining. I'm very glad for that. Thank you very much, and hope to see you next time. Bye.